All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Up and Moving, which is a community-based physical activity program for the Upper Peninsula. My name is Isaac Wiedig. I'm a graduate student in the Kinesiology and Integrated Physiology Department at Michigan Tech. And our goal with Up and Moving is to help keep adults physically active in the Upper Peninsula by giving you virtual workouts that you can join both live and also watch the recorded versions on our website and YouTube. All home-based workouts where you need minimal equipment, so you can do it right from the comfort of your home or your living room like me here today. So for today's workout, we're going to be focusing on aerobic, agility, and balance. So with agility, we're going to be staying on our feet. We're going to be moving our feet quickly, working on our coordination. You probably don't need any equipment for the workout. If you so choose, you can use some blue painter's tape like I have here, and I like to lay down a little agility ladder here. So these are 1 foot squares, and I've got 4 of them. You'll see how we're going to use them today. If you do not have tape, or you'd rather not tape on your floor, you can just imagine these squares as we're going through these movements. So let's get things started here with a little bit of a warm up. I'm going to tip my camera up just a little bit. So we'll start off with our warm up here. I'm going to go with some knee hugs first. So I'm going to bring knee up to my chest, give it a big hug with my arms, and just alternate between legs here. Good, and this warm up here will serve to get all of our joints moving. We'll activate all of our muscles we're going to use for the day and slowly bring that heart rate up. Good, let's go ahead and flip to a new movement here. I'm going to grab onto my ankle, reach my other hand for the sky, get a little light stretch in the front of my leg here, and just going to keep alternating. And if you can't quite grab onto that ankle, totally fine to just lift that leg as far up as you can towards your butt and reach that other hand for the sky. Good, let's get a couple more here. Last one, perfect. All right, we're gonna go into my signature warm-up movement here, zombie kicks. So hands out in front, you're gonna be kicking your toes up to your fingertips here. So we're trying to keep our knees fairly straight, getting a light stretch in the back of that leg. And as we loosen up, you can try to kick that foot a little bit higher. And I'd encourage you to, if you have not already, grab a bottle of water to have with you for the workout here. We're going to be taking frequent breaks in between intervals of agility exercises, so you're going to want some water. Good, let's get a couple really nice high kicks here. Last one, perfect. Next movement, we're going to go into a little reverse lunge, and then you can take your torso and twist it towards the knee that's up, and then go ahead and flip sides. So a little lunge and a twist. Getting some cracks out of my back here this morning. And you can just kind of lunge as deep as what's comfortable for you. If you feel like you're warming up and you can handle it, you can even drop that back knee all the way to the floor. Good, and let's go for 2 more. Good, full rotation with that trunk. Last one, perfect. All right, next movement we're gonna go into here is a little lateral lunge. So we're gonna get those feet a little bit wider apart. You're going to lean towards one leg, keep the other leg nice and straight, feel a stretch on the inside of the leg. And we're just going to kind of shift back and forth here from one leg to the other. If you need to make this a little bit easier on your knees, you can take those hands, put them on your thighs. Just rocking back and forth. Once you feel like you're starting to warm up here, you can even get rid of the hands and try to touch the floor as you rock to each side. Good. Let's go for 2 more good ones here. Try to get nice and deep on these. Perfect. All right, next movement. We're going to go into sort of a deadlift here. So I want you to think about keeping your spine nice and neutral. You're pushing your hips back, just a slight bend in the knees. You're reaching as low as you can here on your legs, feeling that stretch in the hamstrings, coming up. And then you're going to make this Y with your arms and look at the ceiling and get a good extension in your back. So down to the toes, up and extend. So this is one of those hop out of the bed in the morning stretches. Perfect. Let's go for 2 more good ones here. Nice extension at the top. Last one. Good. Nice. All right. Let's get a little jog in place going here. Let's get those feet moving. I always got to wake those feet up before we get into an agility workout here. So I'm going to think about getting my feet off the floor, staying on the balls of my feet here. Most of what we do today, we're going to be on the balls of the feet. And I'm going to just keep my feet going, but I'm going to come into some forward arm circles here. So feet moving, and I'm making some big circles with those arms. Good, let's get into really big circles here, as big as you can make them. Perfect, and let's shake them out. All right, next we're gonna go side to side. So I'm gonna step to the side, bring my other foot to that foot, and I'm just gonna keep going. And we can try to speed that up a little bit here, get a good comfortable pace going. And then I'm gonna take those arms and go into backward circles. So we're sort of double tasking here. We're getting those feet warmed up and we're moving our shoulders a little bit. Get into nice big arm circles here. We can think about picking up the pace with those feet. Good, and a few more big circles here. Use as much range of motion as you have. Awesome, and let's go right into a jog in place again. We'll get back to center. Good, and let's go ahead and let's bump this pace up a little bit. So I want you to run a little bit faster here, a couple miles an hour up. Get those feet off the floor, pump those feet, pump your arms. I want you to think right now about quick feet. When one foot touches the floor, the other one is coming back up. So quick feet, quick feet. Good, and let's bump it up one more notch, a little bit faster, quicker feet, quicker feet. Gonna go for 10 more seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, last warm-up movement. We can grab a drink here. We're gonna do some speed skaters. So I'm hopping or just stepping from one foot to the other. Got my hips bent, knee a little bit of a bend, just like you're skating down the ice track here. Swing those arms. And as we start warming up here and getting accustomed to it, we can think about stepping out or hopping out a little bit further. Good, we're gonna go for 10 more seconds. Three, two, one time, good. Okay, so that's our warm-up complete. Let's go ahead, grab a drink here. We'll let our heart rates come down a little bit before we dive into our workout. Whew, okay. So here is the plan for the workout. I have 5 exercises, 5 different exercises we're gonna do. So it's a little mix of sort of agility and then just some general aerobic movements. But we're gonna do each one of those for a minute. And we're gonna do all 5 of them back to back. We'll take a little bit of a break in between, but for the most part, we're gonna rip through all 5. So we got about 5 minutes of work. That's gonna be one interval, or one circuit, I suppose. We're gonna take a little bit longer break, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna do those 5 again. So we'll have 5 more minutes of work. So we'll only have 10 total minutes of work, but it's up to you to pace what your intensity is like. And I think after the first round, you have a good feel for the exercises, and you can really adjust your pace from there, whether it needs to be harder or easier, up to you to regulate that. And then we're gonna wrap up as our cool down. We'll do some just balance movements, which will sure to help bring your heart rate down, cool down. So let's get into it. So our very first exercise we're going to be doing here, we're going to utilize our agility ladder, or if you're at home and you don't have a ladder taped out, you can just imagine that you've got squares on the floor like this. We're going to be taking both feet across the ladder as quick as we can. So I'm getting both feet in each square. And I want to make this quick. So eventually it's going to look something like this. Whoops, I already destroyed my ladder. Make sure you step on these and pin them down nice. So coming across the ladder like so. Hips are always facing forward here. And go for accuracy first, and then we can add speed. So we're going to go for 1 minute here. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So both feet into each square or imaginary square. And both feet out. And get the rhythm down first here. Remember, stay on the balls of your feet. Have a little bit of bend in those knees. And as you get that movement down, we can add speed to this. So we're almost at about the 30-second marker. But ideally, it's like a game of operation, but you want to do it as fast as you can. So feet moving quick, trying not to touch the edges of the ladder or your imaginary ladder. We've got 15 seconds left. Keep those feet moving, quick feet, quick feet. Down to 3, 2, 1, and that's time. Good. Let's take a little bit of a breather. That's 1 minute down. Got 4 to go. Quick drink if you need it. And next movement we're going into here is squat jumps. So what you're going to do, start standing, feet together. What you're going to do is get a little hop, and you're going to land out in a squat, and then come back to the center. So it's going to look just like this. And up to you to control your pace, how quick you go, and also how low you go on that squat. If you want to make it a little bit easier, just do a little quarter squat, harder, a nice full squat, and then you also have that pace that you can play with. So standing, and then landing in a little squat. Okay, ready? We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So here, a little hop, land in a squat, back standing. And I'm going to start slow. This is going to be hard after a minute here. So try to pace yourself. I'll let you know when we're at the halfway marker where you've got 30 seconds left. And if you feel like you need to, you can pick it up. We're at 30 seconds. I'm going to increase my pace a little bit. This one is going to really start to burn your quads in the front of your legs by the end of this minute here. We've got 10 seconds left. Three, two, one, time. Good. Whew, that's going to be a brutal one, especially when we come back for our second round here. Take a little bit of a break. I'm going to try to give us about 15, 20 seconds between these exercises so we can keep the intensity a little bit higher during the exercise. Next one, we've got our imaginary agility ladder again. We're going to start off to the side. You're going to step both feet in and then both feet out. And we're going to come across the ladder like so. And then you'll flip around. Same thing this way. So in, out, out, in, out, out. Flip around, in, out, out, in, out, out. In full speed, it'll look something like this. I suppose we can just go backwards. That might be easier than flipping around. In, out, out, in, out, out. All right, we're gonna go for a minute here. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. So I'll start slow so you can get the rhythm with me. We're working up this ladder. Both feet in, both feet out. I'm going to start to speed it up a little bit here. Remember, we want to eventually add speed and try to do this as quick as we can. We got 20 seconds left, so I'm going to really try to speed this up. Down to 3, 2, 1, and that's time. Woo! Starting to burn. All right, we got 15, 20-second break here. What do we have next? We've got a lateral shuffle coming up next. All right. This is one of my least favorite exercises. I don't know why I put it in every week. But we're going to do a lateral shuffle. So you're going to shuffle across your room to one side, making sure that you don't cross your feet. You're bringing one foot to the other and then stepping. Again, slight bend in those knees. We're shuffling. We're going to get to the edge and we're going to go into, you can either do a full burpee. So going into that push-up position and a hop, or you can just do a modified burpee, reach for the floor, get a hop. We're going to come the other way, hit a burpee on that side, come back, burpee over here. So lateral shuffles with burpees. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So burpee, lateral shuffle. And again, you can make this exercise easier or harder by either increasing or decreasing your pace. You can go really fast with those shuffles. Try to get from one side of the room to the other quickly. Or you can add in a full burpee or a modified burpee. So a couple ways you can tweak this. We're at 30 seconds. Really starting to sweat now. 10 seconds left, guys. Hang in there. And that is time. Good. Woo. Definitely gonna need a little break after that. We have one more exercise, so we have 1 more minute, and then we're gonna take a longer break. And our last exercise here, we're gonna add in some obstacles to our ladder. So I'm gonna use pillows, and I'm gonna put those down on the floor here. I'm gonna grab one more too, just to have a little bit longer obstacle ladder here. So you can use shoes, you could use a remote, any item that you can put down. Essentially the thing is we want to now have something that we actually have to step over. So when we've got an imaginary ladder or a taped ladder, we don't actually have to lift our feet and get over something. So it's going to be a little bit different, and then we have to actually get that foot over. So we're going to be doing forward and back here. So stepping both feet over each obstacle. And then we're going to do the same thing, coming backwards. Try not to hit your obstacle like I just did. So again, this is like a game of operation. We want accuracy where we're landing in between the obstacles, and we just want to try not to touch them. And add speed once you get your accuracy down. Okay. And one obstacle works too. If you only got one pillow or something in your room, you can just do over and back with it. You don't have to have 3. I like to feel like I'm getting somewhere and actually running through a ladder. So, all right, last minute, and we're going to take a longer break after this. 3, 2, 1, and go. So both feet over each one. Want you to think about keeping your hips at the same height as you move through. You're just moving your feet and your legs below your waist. So no hopping. You actually want to just be moving the feet and the legs. Torso is just sort of sliding across the screen here. And again, we can add speed. We're at the 30-second marker here. Going backwards is a lot harder than going forwards. And we are down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time, good. And we can get those obstacles out of the way. Whew. The only reason I actually own pillows is for when I'm doing agility at home. All right. So let's go ahead. We'll take a little longer break here. We'll take a couple of minutes. And then we're going to rip through that same circuit of 5 exercises. And then we've done it. All the hard work will be done. Whew. I've got a good sweat going. I'll share with everybody at home. This is not easy for me either, so pat yourself on the back for making it through one round. Whew. At least it's cooling off a little bit outside. Here in the UP, that is. So I like to keep moving during my rest here. I'm just going to kind of pace back and forth in my living room here and contemplate life, which I commonly do when I'm participating in aerobic exercise. It's probably my least favorite, but good for your health. All right. I gotta say, I think the one that I am least looking forward to is the squat jumps. That one does not sound fun to do for another minute. Okay. I'm gonna get one more swig of water here, and then I think we should get rolling. Okay. So our first exercise was side stepping through our ladder. So getting each foot into each square and eventually going for speed here where we're moving down that ladder quickly. All right. So we're going to go for a minute last time with each one of these exercises. 3, 2, 1, and go. And I'm going to just start slow here so you can follow me at home, get the rhythm down. And also just so I pace myself so I don't burn out in the first 30 seconds here. And I have my camera set up just in a way so that you can't see my face while I'm doing these, which is probably a good thing. Probably make some weird faces. All right, we're at 30 seconds, so I'm going to add speed here. Quick feet, stay on the balls of those feet, knees bent. Down to 3, 2, 1, and that's time. Good. One exercise down. Dreaded squat jumps coming up. So a little recap of the squat jump. We're in a standing position. We get a little hop. We land in a squat. We come back to standing. And remember, you can play with the depth. We'll make it a little bit harder the lower you drop. And also your speed. How quick you go through these. Oh, okay. This is going to be the worst minute of the workout. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. So I'm going to start pretty easy here. And also, too, if this starts bugging your knees or your quads start burning too much, you can always just step. Go with a little step cadence here. So step out, in, out, drop into your squat, in, out, into your squat. So if you're not a fan of the hops or it starts bothering your knees, go to the steps. And we've got 20 seconds left. We're almost there. Come on, guys, hang in there with me. We're getting close. Down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's time. Okay. All right, we can cross squat jumps off the list. We're done with those. Whew. Okay, we'll get a little break here. All right, next movement we're going into. Okay, so this was coming across the ladder, sort of diagonally and moving forward and back. So middle, out, out. I guess I should say in, out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, and then coming. Same thing backwards here. You know, this is probably not the best camera angle for showing this one. Would be better if it was from the front, but I can't move my ladder. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here in 3, 2, 1, and go. So in, out, out, in, out, out. And again, stay on the balls of your feet. Keep your knees slightly bent. And move your feet and your legs underneath your hips. Your hips should stay at the same height throughout the whole exercise here. We're moving, just looking to move those feet and legs. I'm going to speed things up here. We got about 15 seconds left. Round 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's time. Woo! Okay, little break. Sweat's really coming now. Okay, 2 more minutes. We're almost there. So we have lateral shuffles across the room and then a burpee at each side. So you're really feeling it today, you can go for that full burpee. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm doing a modified burpee, just reaching down and getting a hop in. All right. Let's go ahead and let's push through and let's do this. We got 1 minute. If you need a break during this minute, sorry, I failed to mention this. You probably got it at home. If you ever need a break during the interval, take one. Don't feel forced to go the whole minute. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So burpee, shuffle, burpee, shuffle. Yep, this one's going to be brutal after a minute here. We're at 30 seconds, so we're halfway through. Let's keep on moving here. You've got to slow it up, speed it down, or slow it down, speed it up. Feel free, take a break if you have to, rejoin us when you're ready. Got 15 seconds left. Down to 3, 2, 1, and time. Good. Last minute. So we're going to need our obstacles back for this one, something to step over. I'm sweating all over my carpet. Okay, and I'm going to space these about a foot or so apart here so that I can fit my foot at least in between those obstacles. All right. Okay, last minute. Let's do this. Ready, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Last one. So get over with both feet. Just move those legs underneath you. Again, hips and torso should stay at the same height. You're not bouncing. Stay on the balls, those feet, knees bent. And at the 30-second marker here, I'm going to test my agility and my footwork here by trying to speed things up. So you can do the same at home if you want to try to challenge yourself here. Join me. We're down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Good. We did it. Whew. Put those obstacles away. And let's grab ourselves a drink here. And if you were here for my fun science factoid last Thursday, you can actually go like this And you actually recover your heart rate and your cardiorespiratory system recovers better in this position. So your football coaches, your high school coaches were wrong when they told you got to stay up here to recover. This is actually a better position. So if you have to do this, drop down into this position here. I'm going to try to keep myself moving though. Work a little bit of that lactic acid out of my legs and my calves here. So we're just going to wrap up with about 2 minutes of balance work. So something to train a little bit of balance. We're going to get on one leg, do some single leg stands, but also just sort of help bring that heart rate down a little bit before we go. So for this next exercise here, if you need some balance support, if you feel like you're not very good on one leg or you have poor balance, grab a chair because you can kind of have that as a little bit of support next to you. Try to scoot back so I can get my face in the video. But we're just going to be doing some single leg stands. So there's a few different variations I'll show you. We're going to do each leg for a minute. We're going to see if we can stay on that leg for a whole minute without touching our other foot down. So we can either just go on one leg with no movement and eyes open. All right, so see what you can do here. Or we can get on one leg, we can close our eyes, and it's actually impressive how much harder that gets. But try to go a minute with the eyes closed, or last thing that you can do to tweak this, stand on one leg, and then get some rotation, turning your chest from one side of the room to the other. And if you're really crazy, you can close your eyes and try to do this, and it will get really hard. So we want to challenge our balance for a minute. So if this is really easy, just standing, eyes open, no movement, try to do something to make it a little bit harder. We want to challenge the balance to actually make it better. So we're going to go a minute on each leg. I'm going to let you guys at home select which variation of that single leg stand challenges your balance enough. And we're going to see if we can make it a full minute without touching that other foot down. All right, we ready? And if you need, have that chair next to you in case you lose your balance, you got something to grab onto. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So challenge yourself. Let's see if we can go a full minute here. And if you need to make it more difficult at about the 30-second marker, you can. Maybe try one leg, eyes open first. We're at 20 seconds. I'm going to go into some rotations. So I'm just going to turn my torso one side to the other. Trying to stay on this leg. We're at 40 seconds, so I got 20 left. I'm going to close my eyes and rotate. See if I can make it the rest of the time here. Whoa. Oh, I didn't make it. 10 seconds left. Challenge your balance. 3, 2, 1. That's time. Good. Woo. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll flip to the other side. I'm just going to throw this chair on the other side in case you need it for balance, just so you know. All right, so same thing on the other leg. We can try those different variations. I'm going to try to make it a whole minute on that leg. 3, 2, 1, and go. Sometimes one leg is a little bit better than the other for balance. So for me, this is not my good leg. I might struggle a little bit more on this one. All right, 20 seconds. I'm going to add some rotations in here. Some movement going. $30 seconds left, so do what you need to challenge yourself. I think at 40 seconds, I'm going to keep rotating and I'm going to close my eyes. So if you guys want a good show, you can try to watch me maintain my balance here. Whoa. Lost it. 10 seconds. Man, that's tough. 3, 2, 1. That's time. Good. All right. Good little balance there to bring the heart rate down. All right. Well, we did it. We made it through about 10 minutes of fairly high intensity work and lots of movement of our feet and coordination. Got a little balance in at the end. So hope that you enjoyed the workout. Thanks for joining me today. Our next live workout is Saturday at 10 o'clock. It's our surprise workout. So feel free to come join that if you're looking to get a little physical activity in on a Saturday morning and kick off your weekend. Other than that, everybody have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time.